are considered to be the cradle of humanity, a haven for natural resources, but also a home to wildlife. For some, food. For others, something to admire, appreciate, and be thankful for. But for some, money. A means to an end, no matter who gets hurt. To keep the peace and these animals alive are the wildlife rangers, who put everything on the line and follow their passion. To stop the poachers and money grabbers for the love of these animals. Most times they succeed, but sometimes they don't. This is where this story comes from. The town of Hoedspruit in South Africa hosts the Timbavati Game Reserve, where we meet our next African talent.
Just to get the message that Rhino was shot somewhere, it brings us the feeling that it's like we have lost one of our own family members. This is the reason why we miss our family. We stay long periods out living in uncomfortable conditions. It's because we are protecting these things. It's just some kind of a compact here. There's no magic here. It's very painful to see how cruel people are to kill such a big animal only for this party.
Anton Mzimba was born on February 11, 1980 in Mozambique. As a young boy, Anton dreamed of becoming a soldier. He admired their uniforms, their strength, and the pride they took in protecting the nation. Life did take him on another path. Though he did grow up well, but his dream never left him. After working in construction on the Timbavati Private Nature Reserve in South Africa, his hard work was noticed by the general manager of the reserve and he was offered a permanent position. From there, he trained to be a field ranger and worked his way up the ranks from junior ranger to senior ranger, corporal, sergeant, to head of ranger services. Anton was also a technical advisor to the Global Conservation Corps, keeping them up to date with the challenges the people and animals were facing inside and outside of the park. From 2008 on, local navigators working together with the experienced and heavily armed shooters illegally hunted and killed rhinos for their horns, making the work of the ranger more dangerous than ever. Anton ended up being a soldier of sorts after all, putting his life on the line to protect some of the world's most endangered species. Anton did express his dream of managing his own nature reserve or safari park and organize events across the continent, bringing to light the hazards of poaching and need for conservation. But on July 26, 2022, 3 gunmen came to his home and shot him as he was getting out of his car. On hearing the shots, the wife screamed and ran out to see what was happening. She was shot as well as the gunmen fled the scene. She was later taken to hospital where she did recover. Anton was murdered because of his life's passion of protecting rhinos, conserving nature, and fighting for a better future. It was believed he was targeted by businessmen who traded and benefited from the illegal poaching. His dream never came to pass. But his legacy will continue to live on through his 25 years of dedicated work, the many people he touched, and his story as told in the film Rhino Man.
I met Anton through our work on our film Rhino Man. He was always gracious with his and his team's time, even though we requested many hours with him out in the field. He wanted nothing more than to get the story of the Rangers out to the world, and he was willing to do whatever it took to make sure that happened. For Anton, the life of a ranger was a calling, and it was his duty to protect all wildlife in these natural spaces, not only for his children and his children's children, but for the entire world for generations to come.
Anton Mzimba has been a field ranger at the TPNR for the last 25 years, and I've had the personal honor and privilege of working with Anton for the last 12 years. Every single time I saw Anton lead from the front, and he would never expect one of his own field rangers to do something he wasn't prepared to do himself. Anton had this unique ability to connect people from all different walks of life, backgrounds, ideas, perspectives, and he commanded respect no matter where he went because he gave respect first.
Anton was not only the star of the film and an excellent ranger, but he became a close friend. He continued to offer support for our work from an ocean away through his always positive voice notes and calls. Anton was one of the most caring, dedicated, and passionate humans I've ever met. He gave the ultimate sacrifice for his calling. May his legacy live on. You'll be deeply missed, my friend.
Anton always said that rangers are buying us time, but it's what we do with that time that really counts. His long-term vision was that local youth and communities would become more integrated and involved in the protection of wildlife, and it's up to us to ensure that his legacy and his dream continues today. And while Anton can't be with us here today, I know that wherever he is, he's looking down and smiling, knowing that he is a finalist in the Best Game Ranger category at the African Conservation Awards 2022. Anton, we love you, we miss you, and we will ensure your work continues.
After his death in 2022, Anton was awarded Best Game Ranger at the African Conservation Awards. On the anniversary of his death in 2023, he was awarded an IUCN WCPA International Ranger Award. These are two of the highest honors a ranger can receive for a life dedicated to their work. What a loss to a community, a region, a country, and the continent. How we kill our own due to our short-sightedness and greed. May Anton's soul rest in peace and his legacy continue.